Hey, how's it going everyone? Chinmook here, and today we're looking at the 8.10 bonus update notes for Smite. Dude, how could you guess it was for Smite? Is it because I'm on the Smite website? Well, anyways, let's just get into it. So first off with skins, only a couple here. Cool Persephone skin, really cool Shablanque skin. The Vulcan skin's pretty cool. I'm not the biggest fan of this look, but hey, I mean, yeah, they pulled it off well. And they finally got around to doing this Achilles skin. It's been so long since someone first pitched this concept. I think this is pretty much, it's not the concept art, but it looks like just exactly the same as the fan concept art. But anyways, let's get into the balance of this. It's not too long, but you know, the next patch, it's another one where the main patch is so big, it's like I can't put the bonus and the main together. It's going to be like a 40-minute video. It's going to be 40 minutes anyways, so see, that's the problem. It's going to be it's going to be even longer. So they're nerfing Spectral for some reason. I really don't know why. Because you have to buy Spectral to deal with crit. And spoiler alert, crit's not being dealt with at all. Like, I know it wasn't the most in favor thing, but like, it's not being nerfed or anything to bring it back into line. So this doesn't really make any sense. I'm not really sure what's going on there. I guess they thought it was doing its job too well, but it's like, you literally can't deal with crit if you don't go this item. So, yeah. Or at least it's very difficult to deal with crit without that end. But yeah, that doesn't really make sense to me. But, so it's getting another nerf. I mean, this must be like its 13th or 14th. They're decreasing the spawn damage, you know, where it shoots out the skewer. Now it does 70% of the skewer damage instead of 80 at max rank. And of course, starts lower as well. So that's cool. Good little nerf. A Nike nerf, which sucks to see. I hate seeing Nike nerfs. You know, she was such an underappreciated character for so long. You know, it was nice to see her jumping around a little bit here and there. She wasn't even going on a tear, you know. Well, in ranked it was one of those things where it's just like, this feels like a free win every time I pick her. But decrease the shield size from, so it starts at the same amount, 30%, but instead of going to 50, it only goes to 40. Lame. Yeah, yeah, I guess that is probably one of the more annoying things about her. And this way she gets to keep the slow on her ultimate, which is really, really important for her. So, alright, I guess if you got to nerf her, that's how you got to do it. Cthulhu nerf, double nerf to him. Changing the health buff on his ult by only 5%, but I mean, that's gonna, it adds up. It definitely adds up. So, good. Yeah, he was definitely too tanky in his ult form. And then the base damage on his swipe, pretty much only touched at the max by 20 damage. That's helpful, I guess, but as you can see, around the mid-game here, it's pretty much exactly the same damage-wise, so I'm not too sure how much this is going to affect, but, I mean, it adds up, right, because he swipes multiple times in a team fight, maybe 4 or 5 times. 4 or 5, 6 maybe times, depending on which abilities he uses, obviously. So, yeah, maybe it'll add up, but I'm not sure it really will help too much. Because he's more, in addition to other people's damage. He typically doesn't solo people. He definitely can, but he typically doesn't solo people. It's just, this damage is on top of all of your teammates because you're not dying. So you could just walk up with any teammate and deal damage. But okay, Odino is getting a nerf. Sucks to see again. I know he's really annoying to play into, but it's so nice having Odin just be meta, right? Because he was such a joke for such a long time. But okay, Ring of Spears. Okay, they're finally just they're breaking the Ring of Spears, dude. Remember when it's had like a 70-second cooldown? So they're increasing cooldown to 110, scaling down to 90. So you have to start putting levels in this ability if you want the cooldown to go down. Ouch. Ouch to the Odino, dude. That sucks. That sucks really bad. Yeah, not the biggest fan of this nerf. I would rather see them touch maybe his damage, or maybe the cooldowns on his main abilities instead. Or maybe just one specific main ability, just like maybe change the jump or the shield instead of changing this. I'm not the biggest fan. They are changing the health, though, of his shield, and by effect changing the damage amount of his too. Because, well, actually, it is based off the shield health, right? Or is the explosion based on the percentage of the shield remaining? I think the explosion is just based on the percentage, so this doesn't change the damage. But okay, the shield is less, and I think that makes sense. It was either change the shield health or change the cooldown of said shield. So, okay, they did the actual pure health one. Umoja getting another nerf. Good to see. The shield does not stack anymore on her too. Now it just refreshes the shield. It can kind of have the same effect in some situations, like if you're dealing with an ADC or someone with tick damage. And they also decreased the bounce range from 50 to 40. So. Mazel tov. Yeah, the bounces weren't happening too often in fights. It was usually just like the shield was for a specific person, and usually they would stack up if they were like retreating or something, or just in lane looking for a heal. They would usually intentionally stack up to all get the heal with the Umoja anyways. So, hey, a nerf's a nerf, right? It'll help. Decrease the base damage on Geb's ultimate. Yeah, I don't know why they went so crazy with this ability. I get wanting a character to be meta again, but I think they went way overboard with this ability's damage. Like, it didn't even make sense. Like, why did you make this ability do so much damage? But anyways, they're reducing it by almost 100 damage, which kind of, yeah, proves my point. Yeah, that was way too much. Remember they proposed this at 720 damage instead. Like, you guys play Smite, right? You can see what damage other abilities do, and you see this is way too much for this character who's always buying Blink. Well, always unless it's Iraffer, right? Anyways, so yeah, they're nerfing the thing that they changed, and I guess that makes sense because they changed it way too much. So okay. Uller revert on his 1. Again, it's like the Geb buff. It's like, well, why did you even buff him this hard? He was getting all the items he likes were getting buffed in the same patch that this got buffed. So it's like, well, what's it? What? Again, it's like they wanted to put the character in the meta pretty much, but he was gonna be meta with because like the character just never. I don't think he got nerfed last time. I think Trans just fell out of the meta, and then Uller fell out of the meta by extension. Like, he was never awful or anything, so I don't see what the point of buffing him was. But okay, that's about it for these patch notes, bros. Pretty decent. No idea why they're nerfing Spectral. Again, yeah, maybe it was doing its job too well, but maybe nerf crit instead of nerfing this. Well, nerf crit in addition to nerfing this, if that makes sense. Set makes sense. Nike, okay. Cthulhu, we'll have to wait and see if the damage actually helps. Odin, I kind of hate this, if I'm being honest. It kind of makes the character feel like garbage. Umoja, any nerf's a good nerf. Geb, yeah, I mean, yeah, it just shouldn't have been as high as it was in the first place, but that's okay. Then Uller, again, just shouldn't have even been buffed, but okay. That about wraps it up for this patch notes, guys. That was fun. That was a great little patch notes. I'm kidding, it was pretty uneventful. My next patch is absolutely massive, so stay tuned for that. And thank you for watching.